Hey everyone, I'm so glad you found our channel. I'm Cassie with Twine with Rosemary and welcome. Today it is March 23rd. It is beautiful, the sun is shining, and we're going to show you what we're doing on our flower farm in spring. So come along, can't wait to show you what we're doing. It's been so fun. I've got my kids out here with me today and they're goofy and wild, and we're going to make a little tunnel for a ranunculus to protect him from the deer and from the frost. So we're going to add a frost cloth over that tonight. We're going to plant some flowers and some rose. I'm going to show you what we're planting and talk about that too. So I can't wait to have you. I'm glad you're here. To subscribe and like and comment and ask questions. I love that you're here. And this is our, how many seasons? This is our 4th year growing on our flower farm. So I'm excited to share all the things I've learned with you, and I learn more when you guys ask questions. So ask away. We farm in zone 5B and we're just happy you're here. Okay, let's go see what we got going today. So we're going to start this afternoon with building ourselves a little super temporary low tunnel for these ranunculus. We have been growing them in our garage on the cold days, bringing them outside on the warm enough days that they can be out here. And this is the first day that we're going to leave them out overnight. It looks like we're supposed to have about 7 days in a row where it's not too cold for these ranunculus to be outside, which ranunculus doesn't love anything that is below like a 28 degrees. So we've been careful, and if it's below 30 degrees, we absolutely bring them into the garage. So here we are, we're going to staple this fencing to the bottom of these boards. We're not going to screw these boards together because we don't want this to be a permanent structure, and we want to reuse all of these red timbers for fencing that we're doing on the other side of this truck. And I can show you guys that later. So we want to be able to reuse this timber. So we're just going to staple the fencing to it, tie the panels together, and then these panels will give us the support or the foundation that we need in order to toss over a frost cloth on the cold nights. So ranunculus don't like it below 28 and they don't like it over 70. So those are really hard to grow here in central Utah. By the time it's not below 28 anymore in the evenings or overnight, it is definitely more than 70 degrees in the daytime. So we're going to use shade cloth to keep them shaded and cool, lots of watering on the warm spring days. And then we're going to use frost cloth in the evenings on those cooler nights. All right, so you can see my cute little 10-year-old weeding out this garden over here, or this garden bed over here for me. He's a trooper. He's going to weed this out for us, and then we're going to be able to plant right in there just as soon as he's done. Off those cute kids go on that lawnmower and that cute little trailer to get more fencing for us. We are trying to build this little low tunnel over the ranunculus with using materials that we have at home, using materials that we can reuse. So we've got a bunch of fencing that we've taken down from our little animal pen in the back by our little barn. And those kids are just going to go grab that fencing for us. That way we're not spending a ton of extra money on fencing that we'll just have to store when we're done with it anyway. So we've got some in the back and we'll just grab that fencing and repurpose it here in this space. And that way we're not wasting or using or spending unnecessary funds on something that is truly just going to be probably taken down in June when these are done blooming. And now those kids, off they go again. They're going to go get rocks so that way when we throw the frost clover over, we have rocks at the bottom to hold the frost cloth down so it's not blowing around in the wind, and that way it's protecting our plants. All right, while my husband finishes or continues to work on this low tunnel, let's jump over and see what me and the kids are working on. All right, I somehow have convinced my oldest son to help me and my middle child and then my daughter to help me weed out this U-pick space. It has 8 grow beds in it, and right now we're just trying to weed it all out and get it prepped for our first succession of cold annual plants. So we'll be planting into these beds as soon as we're done weeding them out. Right now we've got some leftover sunflowers that we are getting out of here, and then also some like leftover bachelor buttons, and we've seen a couple bachelor buttons popping up right in this bed. So that's kind of encouraging, knowing that we are going to have some plants that we don't have to plant that are going to voluntarily give us some flowers. So I'm kneeling down a couple beds over and I am planting into here some bells of Ireland, some buporium, some blueporum. Is that how you say it? Blueporum? I'm planting out some ami And we're just trying to get that first succession to the ground so that way we can have flowers as soon as possible. We only have 117-day growing season in our zone. So that's a really short growing season. So the quicker we can get a jump start on that, the better. I mean, most of our stuff takes between 90 and 120 days from seed to bloom. So if we only have 117 growing season, we are starting seeds very, very early. I have been starting seeds since January 1st. We started in our seed starting station area inside of our garage. We have started eucalyptus already, snapdragons already, dianthus already, which are just small carnations. We've started snapdragons. So we're excited to clear this out, direct seed cold hardy annuals into the ground, and then also transplant out those seedlings that we've already started just as soon as we can get everything ready to go. Hopping back over, let's check on the progress of this temporary low tunnel. It's looking like we're about halfway to 2/3 of the way done, which is really awesome. I'm going to go check on those plants. I noticed when we pulled them out, they were kind of looking like they might need a good watering. So let's go see if some of them look sad or if they've adjusted well. Oh yeah, not so great. Okay, so I'm going to go grab the watering can and hopefully we'll get some good water on these and they will bounce back for us. I'm going to start it out of the way of my husband so that way he can keep working while I'm doing this. I realized that this would be really slow. So let's grab the hose. Otherwise, I'll be making 100 billion trips back and forth with my cute little watering can. Ranunculus are a cold crop. Today it's probably 61 degrees, which is really warm. It's teetering toward that warmer where they're tolerant toward. So we're going to give them a real good watering and see if we can help them tolerate the day's weather, especially since they've been hiding in my garage under lights. But it's been a good consistent temperature between 45 and 55. So today with the hot sun on them, it's pretty warm. Our cute neighbors have dropped by. I love living where we live. It's such a tiny, awesome community. So friendly. And these are our neighbors. And this cute lady right here has come over and helped me the last couple seasons in a row. She'll help me put bouquets together and harvest. And she is such an avid gardener and absolutely an asset to our flower farm. So I pick her brain and she comes over and helps me make bouquets, harvest, plant seeds, weed. Just really great neighbor to have. So it's always fun to check in when they're out on a walk or wandering. I just love it. All right, back to giving these a real good water down while my husband is just finishing up just the very end of this little tunnel. I'm super excited to have this. So grateful. I couldn't do this farm without my cute husband, so our kids are asking for snacks, so I'm going to take a break, go get them some snacks. I love that they're out here, so it's worth it to me to have them interrupt me, and I'll bring them snacks, and they can just still be outside with us. It's just nice to be out there as a family. We've got 5 kids, like I've mentioned, and they're very busy right now. One's in club volleyball, and one's in wrestling, and one's starting baseball, and he just finished basketball, and then we've got they're busy. They're always so busy, church stuff and school stuff. So the fact that we can have an afternoon together, a warm afternoon together on this beautiful spring day, it's nice to be able to have a snack outside. All right, so I am going to weed this row as I go down it. I'm going to plant right after. I'm going to follow along planting right after I've weeded. So right now I'm going to plant some larkspur into here. I've also got some ranunculus coming up that I planted last spring. It popped up, bloomed, and then I actually just left the corms in the ground just to see how it would go, and I don't know, I've only got 6 of them popping up, so I'm not sure if I would recommend overwintering in zone 5B, but I'm curious to see if it's gonna work. So I'm gonna plant these seeds right next to or on top of the ranunculus that have been popping up. So we're gonna see what we get, and hopefully it'll be a double whammy. We'll get the ranunculus, and then right after they are done, our larkspur will be showing signs of growth and long on their way to blooming for us. In the bed to the south of the bed that I am working in, I've got half of that bed planted with 3,000 tulips, and the other half has been direct seeded with poppies and bells of Ireland. So I'm excited. I love bells of Ireland. They're one of my very favorite greeneries to add inside of our market bouquets. We are almost done here. He is so close. He's at the very end. And I just wanted to say thank you for making it this far. Thank you for tuning into our channel. Thank you for following along. If you have questions, please drop them in the comments. We would love for you to subscribe. It helps our channel grow. It helps us as flower farmers. This really is not easy to get your flower farming business up and off the ground, especially in a rural community. We do live in a rural community. We love it. We wouldn't trade it, but we appreciate your help when you like and subscribe and comment. So thank you so much, you guys. We're so grateful to have you as a part of our channel. And I'm going to show you what this looks like when it's all finished. So it's not super fancy. We didn't spend any money making this. We used materials we already had on the farm. Those are all the rocks that the kids brought over. So when we throw over the frost cloth, we can pin the frost cloth down onto the ground with the rocks. Anybody can make this. Anybody can flower farm. If we can do it, you can do it. We have never grown anything before in our lives, either of us. And this is our 4th year flower farming. I would absolutely deem us successful. We make market bouquets, we make wedding flowers, we do U-picks, special occasions, we've done some sympathy flowers, and we've learned so much. If I can grow flowers, you can grow flowers. You don't need any previous experience. You don't need a ton of land. We only grow on 1 acre, truly, or less than an acre. We only own an acre, so we only grow on like probably, I don't know, 1/8 of that, or I don't even know, but if we can do it, you can do it. So thanks again, you guys, for tuning in. We're so happy that you guys are here, and we hope you have a really awesome week.